right, we back. We back. This is episode 6.
Yep, episode 6. We going strong.
Yeah, we going strong. Yeah, and this time, cuz been on my behind, so we recording on time this time. A little
Yep.
later, but we still on time though. So how you doing this evening, cuz?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing really good. I actually had like a pretty good day. I had my DaVita appointment where I go and get my blood work done once a month. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. What about you?
Oh, same. Yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. I called myself trying something new with like some breathing techniques.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't work. It ain't work out the way it's supposed to have. It's supposed to like reduce stress and everything, and it ended up making me have a panic attack. And so that was,
Oh,
yeah, that was not what it is. And so I've been working on reducing stress and anxiety, um, and just finding out where it comes from. Because honestly, past couple months I've been good. Like I hadn't had any panic attacks.
yeah.
um, but just all of a sudden, I was just overcome with just like everything hit me, and I was just like, okay, let me try this breathing technique that I saw on YouTube, and
Mm-hmm.
it did the opposite.
Yeah.
it, it did the opposite. It's like it stressed my body, and last night, like I literally had to just wake up and stretch and do all these awkward movements to get my body out of like flight mode because it was just
Mm-hmm.
like stuck in like flight mode, fight or flight mode. So um yeah, and so that's one of the things that, like, when I would say we're dealing with health problems and life, um sometimes you have to figure out what works for you
Mm-hmm.
to reduce your stress. I know for me is I got a powerful mind, and sometimes it works against me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and so I have to learn how to control it a lot better. I for the past few months I thought I had it under control because I've been meditating,
Mm-hmm.
praying,
Mm-hmm.
uh, doing things like that. But that enemy, he catch you slipping. And
Yeah.
I got caught slipping last night, and it wasn't that good. So, but we still here though. So
And see, I feel you on that too, because like just like you, strong minded, powerful minded. Because I have moments where I'm doing like really, really good, but then I have moments where I have like a setback. And just like you, I've searched breathing techniques. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I've also tried to find like mindful meditation music to kind of like lower my anxiety a little bit. But then when that doesn't work, like, well, really the first thing I do is I go to God first.
yeah,
I pray first, so it'll calm me down, but just to calm down a little bit more or just to get my mind right, I go and I listen to some like mindful meditation with like positivity in the music. And it definitely does help me. But those breathing techniques, I don't know. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So I do feel you on that one that they don't work sometimes.
yeah. The one I was doing, it was kind of like almost a hyperventilation type
Uh-huh.
breathing, and it sent my nervous system into like panic mode, and it was
Yeah,
just like, oh man, I was lightheaded. I was everything. Like I couldn't stop shaking. It was weird. So I
yeah.
say, you know what? I'm gonna let that one be, and try something else because that ain't gonna work
You
at
might
all.
want to try. You might want to try walking, because like when I get in my moments like that, when I'm having like an anxiety that might turn into a panic, I pace back and forth, or I'm like, no, I need to go outside and like just walk that out, and it
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
No, that's one thing. Like when I was on my weight loss journey, I was walking every day, but at that time too, I wasn't working.
Hmm.
So I would literally, that was part of my routine before I hit the work source. Like I would literally go walk every morning and then come in, shower, go hit the work source, see what jobs out there. But now that I'm busy,
Hmm.
uh, out here, doing what God got me out here doing. Uh, Now I just walk on my little walking mat at night. So literally after we get off this call, I'm gonna get on there for 45
You get
minutes
to walk
and
in.
walk. Yeah, get my walk in and listen to some, like you say, some mindfulness meditations or like an audio book.
Hmm.
Tends to help too. But yeah, it's just a never ending journey with health problems and dealing with just life in general. And that kind of leads into our episode 6 of just a support system and things that using tools around you to kind of help you deal with health health problems in life. Um, so what would you say? How would you rate your support system?
Honestly, I am my best support system because it's like I'm realistically the only one that knows what it is exactly that I need.
Yeah.
Um, but I do have like family. I do have like my best friend is super super supportive. She's been there since I've been through so many things throughout high school, and like she's been there. We've like going strong 13, 14 years now. I think we've been friends.
Okay.
Um, but I really am like my best support just because I just know exactly what it is that I need. Like sometimes I do have moments where I'm like confused and like I'll reach out to maybe my mom or I'll reach out to like my nurse. Like I have like a number where I can call them like if it's just something that I'm really struggling with and I have no idea what to do. They always answer, they always have an answer. And my mom might not always have an answer because she doesn't know exactly what it is that's going on, but she can like give me like some encouraging words along with my aunts, like just everybody might not be able to help me like physically or tell me what to do when it comes to like medical, but if I do like if I can't encourage myself, um I know that they can like give me like some encouraging words to like just help me in whatever moment that is that I'm dealing with.
Would you consider yourself uh acceptive to like the encouragement? Because a lot of people would like to give you words, but
Hmm.
sometimes depending on who that person is, you'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
I'm receptive. I'm sorry, receptive. That's the word. I'm tripping.
yeah,
Receptive.
it honestly depends because if they give me their encouragement and I'm like, I can't use that. But I just be like, "Thank you so much." Like, I'm still
Yeah,
nice about it, but I'm like, "That's not what I need right now. That's not helping
yeah,
me." That happens, like, quite often. That's why I say I'm the best person to, like, just
yeah.
help me through whatever it is, because I know exactly what I'm looking for. I know exactly what I need, but I have had people, like, they hear my story, and they're like, "You should try this, you should try that." But I'm like, I'm grateful that they're trying to give me advice because whatever worked for them, they're trying to make it work for me. But certain things I just can't do. And I know that from my doctors, or I've done the research myself, or I just know it won't work. But I'm like, I'm going to hear what you got to say, but, and I'm going to be very appreciative of what you're saying, but I'm going to be like, I don't need that. It's not going to work for me. But I don't say that to their face, but just in my head, I'm like, that's not going
Yeah.
to work. But thank you.
And sort of the same way. But good thing is I have a good like my wife. She's very supportive. My sister very supportive.
Hmm.
But it's certain people in my family. Even my mom too. But it's certain things I can't tell my mom, or it's
Hmm.
certain things I can't tell certain family members just because they'll incite that panic, that anxiety
Yes.
in me,
Yeah.
and so I don't really need that, and so I'm very selective of
Hmm.
who I go to like support. Most of the time is just praying and meditation and just kind of just me and God most of the time. Simply because it's difficult to kind of it's sometimes it's difficult because like you say they don't go through the same thing you're going through.
Yeah.
They can't they can give, like you said, what works for them, or they can just give, just some basic, hey, it's gonna be all right, God
Hmm.
got it. But sometimes you know that, but
Yeah.
it's just like I'm really not trying to hear it right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need something to fix this problem right now, and
Mhm.
then and so I would say I have a good support system. But what would you say to the people out there who may not have a support system and is looking for a support system? What would you say a good support system look like?
Okay. Before we get into that, I do want to backtrack. When
Yeah,
it comes to medical, I don't reach out to nobody because they
yeah,
can't help me for real. But like if it comes to like little things that I know they might like have an idea, then I will reach out. But I have to think about it. I can't talk to nobody around me about what's going on medically. I just
Right.
think about that. But to help y'all, therapy for sure. I talk to a therapist. I meet with my therapist like once a week, or if I can't meet with her once a week, like every 2 weeks. But therapy helped me a lot, like a lot. It helps me to like cope with what I have going on. And just not just what I have health wise, but just other stuff I got going on, family, mental. That's a good support is just finding you like a good therapist, somebody that'll be unbiased about what you're going through and not um that just I mean somebody that's just not close or not family. They don't really like know you like that.
Yeah.
Um and I would find you one good friend. Like if you have a best friend or just a really, really good friend that you can go to, that you can tell any and everything to, and you know there's no judgment there, and they're gonna help you regardless of anything. Find you like a really, really, really good friend that supports you. Or find that one family member that you know you can go to. A lot of times we can't go to like our parents or our grandparents. So we have like a really close favorite cousin that we would like, we'll go to be like, hey, I need your help, can't go to mom's, can't go to pops. Can you
Yeah.
let me figure this out? But yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I would say I can totally agree with you with just starting off with therapy. I've been through several therapists, and they literally do help. And some, depending on your insurance, are
Hmm.
covered through your insurance, depending on what kind of insurance you have. And even so, even if it's they have some that are low cost. Like it was one time I was paying like $60 a session, and I have a session maybe once a month. But even in that once a month, that was impactful for me because she would give me homework and she would help me to get to the root cause, because ultimately that's what it is. You trying to dig deep inside yourself
Yeah.
and figure out what's the root cause of why you feeling the way you feeling. And it's even apps out there too. It was certain apps she recommended that I used. It's like a daily kind of like check in, how you feeling, and things that you see around me, the things that you hear,
Yeah.
and different things like that. And it kind of it brings you back to I think they call it mindfulness, being in the present. On the iPhone, on the watch, the Apple Watch,
Hmm.
it even has that on there that in the morning times, usually on mine, it'll ping and it'll say mindfulness. And mindfulness is just kind of being in the present. Because when you got a lot going on and you
Hmm.
thinking about, man, I got this going on, I got that going on, my health, you kind of not remember the present.
Yeah.
Remember that right now, that being grateful for the right now, like you're breathing right now, like either you're driving in a car, when people are walking or can't get nowhere. And
Yeah.
so it kind of brings you back to be like, you know what, I may not understand what's going on and
Hmm.
haven't got to the root cause of it, but at least I have this.
Yeah.
At least I'm here. At least I can see. At least I can hear. At
Hmm.
least I can, do all these things. And so I think that is very impactful for going to see a therapist, just being present. And I will also say, for a support system, I would say some kind of, not, I would say religion, but some kind of faith based
Hmm.
thing that can ground you. For me, it's, I'm a Christian. So I believe in God and Christ. And so reading the Bible for me, a lot of times, it'll always be, I have the Bible out and there's always a scripture. When I'm going through something, it'll
Hmm.
always be the scripture that's recommended, oh ye of little faith,
It's the
be,
one you need for that moment.
the one you need for that moment. And it's
Yeah.
just like, dang, like you really understand what I'll be going through. And so that a lot of times that gives me some comfort,
Hmm.
to know that like I'm not alone. And then two, that I'm not the only one who's going through this, who's been through this,
Hmm.
and I won't be the last. And so yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I go to God for everything. because that's where my trust is. That's who I trust to like show me the way, give me my answers. Because people can lead you in the wrong way. As much as they have like good intentions with trying to help you out or give you advice, it's not always the right advice for you. So that's why you got to go to God first.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely do. It wasn't always like that for me because
Hmm.
strong willed.
Yeah.
You gonna try to make it make it do what it do on your own, but
Yep.
you'll get to a point where it'll take you out. Honestly, it'll wear you down till you be like, you know what? I just give up. I
Hmm.
really give up. You burn yourself out of trying to make a way when it's something that's higher than you.
Yeah.
And so
You're trying to have like too much control.
control. That's
Yeah.
that's the word. Control. Why is control? Because why is control so hard to let go of?
It's because nobody else has been able to take care of us. That's a childhood trauma.
Yeah,
That's a childhood trauma for sure. It's like nobody's ever really like looked out for us for real, and we've been the only ones to look out for ourselves, or we just know what's best for us. So it's like we try to have control about everything.
yeah. It's hard. It's
Yeah,
a well. I'm not gonna say it's hard. It's a challenge.
yeah, it is a challenge. It is
Yeah,
a challenge.
it's a everyday challenge. People will say, "Man, I mastered. I have this sort of kind of faith." I hate when people be like, "Oh, I'm a faith warrior and all this stuff." I be like, "Okay, okay, just wait,
Right.
just wait."
It be those, and then they don't have no faith at all. Like, where's your faith go? You was just saying that you was a faith warrior, now you have no faith. What do
Yeah,
you
at the altar every Sunday,
mean?
you know,
But they
you know,
scared of everything. What are you fearing? Why are you scared? The only thing you should
yeah,
fear is God. Like,
that's real though. That
yeah.
is real, man. That is real. I would say that it's a day-to-day journey. It's literally I was telling my wife that all those old songs in church that we used to sing, this little light of mine and
Hmm.
all these what's the song that it's a song by Carolyn that I listen to almost every day. It's
The
called You
Kevin
Will
Carr.
Win. Yeah. It's to say You Will Win.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's another one by Travis Green, Intentional
Yep.
and
I
Made
love
Away.
that song, man. I love that
I
song.
have a I literally have a playlist. And I think music is a support system too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, for sure. Cause I
it's
know when
literally
I'm down, I listen to music. Yeah, I listen. I have to. I have to.
it puts you in a higher vibration. I know for me personally, when I'm going through, like last night when I was having all them issues, when I woke up, like right before I went to bed, I listened to Intentional.
Hmm.
I listened to Open Up My Heart by Yolanda Adams. I listened to No Weapon um by what's his name? It just slipped my tongue. Formed against me shall prosper. What's
Uh,
this?
is that Fred Hammond?
Fred Hammond. Yep. I listened to him. I listened to this song 911 with Kirk Franklin and TD Jakes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finished it off by listening to this song called Trusting God by Elevation Worship. Is how I go dun 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 dun. It say blessed is Alpha and John and favor the one who will never fail. Oh man, that song there, man, it bring me to tears because it's just like those songs. It hit different when you've been through something.
Oh yeah, for sure. I listen to
You know?
Pastor Mike. Pastor Mike Jr. has a lot of songs that when I
Yeah,
say got me through, got me
yeah,
through.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It do. I used to. It's crazy because I used to. I used to kind of just look at people strange in church, and I was just like, they don't take all that. But then,
The people that shout in church.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we shouting and doing
It's because
all
we
that.
didn't understand. We didn't
Yeah,
know.
he's
Yeah,
like,
we
why they
didn't
doing
know.
all that? Why they doing all that? But then now you be like, dang man,
I get it.
yeah, I be a crybaby now in church. They be
Yep.
come on down to the altar. I be like, my heart start racing. All right, let me go and get up. Come on
I'm
down
like,
for prayer.
but I feel that the day I was supposed to do my testimony at church, I couldn't even get through it. Like right before I was supposed to go up and speak, my cousins they danced, and the song that was played it was a Kirk Franklin song. I just started boo crying. I don't even know where it came from because I was good. Soon as
Yeah,
I hear the song, and the words for the song is what made me cry. Because then I had to go up and give my testimony. I had to pour my heart out in front of all these people. I couldn't even get through the whole testimony. I had like word vomit. Like God was like, "Not yet. You
yeah,
not supposed to say this yet." So I had to like step back. I couldn't even get through it.
yeah. Do you I know with our podcast and everything that we doing, do you think that in the future we will offer like some kind of support for our other than the information that we're giving, other than the conversations, um some kind of like be like a support, like some kind of support system for the people who actually listen to what we're
like
listen
a
to our podcast?
like a hotline.
Maybe like a hotline or like a membership.
Hmm.
Hey, in the membership they can say, "Hey, I'm going through ABCDXYZ,"
Yeah.
and then they can book, maybe a one-on-one with us, uh, so we can talk about it. I know I've seen several people who offer, I guess they call them consultations, but I wouldn't even
Hmm.
call it consultation. It's kind of like, "Hey, what you got going through? What you
Yeah.
going through?" And maybe we can just be a listening ear, or if you want some feedback, we'll be able to get that feedback too.
I would love to do that. I wouldn't know what we would call it, but yeah, I would definitely like to open that up to people because even my best friend, she calls me 24/7. Even when
Yeah.
I'm going through something, I put my stuff aside to hear what she got to say because, even though we all go through things, everybody just needs that somebody or someone to just hear them and
Mm.
just listen. Because maybe it's people around us that don't hear what we're saying or they don't really they're not really listening to us. So I would love to like open a platform like that.
Yeah, I think that may be definitely part of the future
Hmm.
for the podcast, because I believe that the things that we talking about is everybody pretty much go through it, but it's nobody really just talking about the real about it.
Yeah.
It's you putting it out there for likes, and which all that stuff is good, the likes and the viral moments, but people actually out here trying to get help.
Hmm.
It's some people's support system is the bottle. I went through that phase where I couldn't talk about, everything that I had going on. I just keep it inside and I just drink me a couple cocktails a night and just keep on going on, just cope that
Yeah.
way. That's coping mechanisms,
Yeah.
unhealthy coping mechanisms at that, because that's not for a diabetic. That alcohol is straight to sugar.
Straight sugar. Straight sugar.
Yeah, yeah. So there's healthy ways out there to deal with things that you're going through.
Yeah,
And,
for sure. Yeah, I definitely think we need to do that. I think we should start like maybe like later on or like as we get more established, maybe we can start our podcast live so that we can get like callers to call in and we can probably like help them live. Or if that don't work, we could probably figure something else out. But I think that would be dope. I think that'd be cool.
yeah. So matter of fact, have the people who watch this episode put in the comments what they would like to see from the Affirmative Podcast.
Yes, like what can we do to help y'all more with the podcast versus
Yeah,
us just shooting out information and just telling y'all our life stories.
mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. We here to be a support system. That was really the topic of today, and I believe that getting that feedback will be better equipped to be able to help the people that actually watch what we're doing.
Yeah.
So where will people be able to watch this episode? Cause
All right, y'all. So you can watch this episode on YouTube, Affirmative Podcast. You guys can see little shorts and clips if you follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Affirmative Podcast. Also, too, if you want to hit us up for business inquiries, want us to speak at events, speaking engagements, whatever it is that you have for us, you can hit us up on our email. It's affirmativepodcast@gmail.com.
oh, and I also for anybody that's dealing with diabetes, I host I'm with this group called Core Initiative, and we do diabetes. I believe you was on one of the calls one time,
Mm-hmm.
diabetes peer support. And I do that Sundays and Tuesdays for anybody who want that information. Just put it down below, and I'll send the link for that. It's no
Okay.
cost. It's another tool. We're just out here being vessels to help people. So feel free to take advantage of it. What they say, closed mouths don't get fed.
Right.
That's a fact. Well, cuz I love you. And make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Affirmative Podcast.
And please don't forget to share. Share it to everybody that you know and comment. Help us make this podcast better. Help us get more information out. Help us help everybody that needs it. Please
Hell, what they say, help me help you.
help me help you.
Exactly. All right. Well, we'll see y'all on the next time.
Peace.
Peace.